Cheers. Okay, hello friends. I'm back for something a little different today. I'd like to just sit down and chat, as that's not something that I do very often. I'm always in a car. I'm actually in a different location for a change, sat still with a coffee. So a few things I want to say. First of all, let me know how this looks. I know I'm rosy-cheeked. It was an effort to put together, but I am using my Canon camera and my newer ring light. I'm also using my Rode mics. So hopefully all three together are going to show a very clear, very sweaty me. But that's who I am. I did say right from the very beginning that I wasn't going to be putting makeup on and being perfect all the time. I just want to be me and take you along for the ride. So here goes the journey so far. No, I'm just kidding. So here goes. I bought this mug. Can you see it both sides? So it has a little nautical theme. I'm not sure. You should be able to see that there. It does say "Seize the Day," obviously spelled C. I used to be a seafarer for many, many years, so it kind of spoke to me in more than one way, actually. Seize the day is something that I'm thinking a lot of just lately through various things that are happening to me in my life. And I don't feel like I'm taking my life seriously. I'm just kind of like floating along, pardon the pun, and just letting things happen. I'm going from one job to another job. I know what I want to be, but it's taking me through a bumpy road, shall we say, to get there. So seize the day. Here's what I'm thinking. What I've done is given myself a few notes. So just pardon me as I just grab out the iPhone. A little self-improvement checklist, as it were. So these are the things that don't be so hard on yourself. So what was I thinking when I wrote this? I know that I'm not perfect, but I strive for perfection, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this. We all want to be the best versions of ourselves, but what I have to tell myself is I'm not always going to be the best version of myself. I can try, but I have to not beat myself up so much when I don't always succeed. You know that I'm just 6 weeks into my part-time job, and I'm finding myself getting frustrated quite a lot, that I'm not brilliant straight away, which is not expected of me. I'm doing fine. Don't think that I'm not, but I'm just not where I want to be, and that hinders other parts of my life because I'll continue thinking about it. I'll dream about things. It'll keep me up at night. Not in a, oh my gosh, I'm bad at my job way, but just wanting to be better all the time. So that's one aspect. So another one is this channel. So I'm less than 2 months in, and I'm already getting frustrated at myself because I'm not finding the time that I thought I was. Like right at the beginning, I started off running, and I was getting the videos out there, and I was all inspired, and then work got in the way, and life got in the way, and I'm not producing the things that I wanted to produce. So then I start to beat myself up again, thinking, you know, why did you even bother in the first place? No wonder it took me 6 years to get this channel started. But I just have to take each day as it comes and remember that I am only human. Everybody starts somewhere, and this is my beginning. So that's the first thing on my self-improvement checklist, and that is to just not be so hard on myself. So next up on the list that I wrote was start yoga and understand my body. It kind of goes hand in hand with the first one, and knowing that I'm not perfect. If anyone out there has watched any of my videos, you know that I have gained a lot of weight in a short amount of time, and I'm struggling to remove said weight. So I try healthy eating, I try different diets. I used to be into exercise, I'm trying, but it's not succeeding this time. So there's just a vicious circle of me hating on myself. So what I'd like to do, is what I've wanted to do for a long time, is to start yoga and start listening to my body. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as skinny as I used to be. My body is starting to give me a lot of warning signs to say, you need to sort this out. And I firmly believe that yoga, meditation, relaxation, and just knowing the flow of my own body, I think that's going to really help clear my mind, and also revert back to the first one about not being so hard on myself. I think it will push me and re-energize me into actually being a little bit better in those other areas of my life, and giving myself the time and space to actually be more creative and I was going to say be a bit more perfect, but that's never going to be a little bit better, shall we say. Okay, there's only a few, don't panic, it's not a long video, I just wanted to stop in. So next up on my list is going more green. So I have mentioned before that I use my reusable cups when I go to places like Starbucks. I've always got my glass water bottles. I do have glass and metal straws, so if I do have a drink out and about, I can use one of my own straws. I don't use their plastic straws. I have lots of reusable bags for my shopping. I never obviously take a plastic bag from supermarkets, but I'd like to do a little bit more. I'm not sure in what way that is at the moment. I do use Lush products, and I try to either recycle my like Lush pots back into the store, or I try and buy the products that they sell without packaging, you know, like the naked packaging. So just little baby steps, I think, to just go more green. I try always to have my reusable cups with me, but on occasion I'll be like, oh, I still want a coffee, or I'm out and about, and then I have one. So I think what I meant when I wrote this was just try a little bit harder. It's not going to be 100% of the time, but I'm going to do my best to go a little more green, as it were. Okay, fourth one on my list is to get outside more. So I do love nature and fresh air, it does make me happy, but sometimes I do get bogged down with these other areas of my life and I don't get out as much, and I forget that the opportunity is right there and I just need to seize it. I live in quite a rural area, so I can just pop in the car 5-10 minutes up the road and be somewhere beautiful. So I need to take advantage of that. Of course, we're coming into autumn now, start of September, and the weather is turning a little, but I love the fall. So autumn is one of my favourite seasons. October and Halloween, so that's my favourite holiday, shall we say, and Christmas being my second favourite. So yeah, just getting outside more, and I think that will tie in with the others about understanding my body, knowing that I'm not perfect, going more green, being one with nature. It sounds a little bit like hippie-ish or something, but I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but I think everyone's so fast-paced, and what I want to do is just relax a little bit. I know that I have clutter, I know I'm a little bit of a hoarder, I know that I've not got the body that I want, but I have to take these baby steps in becoming the person I want to be. And I believe that just getting outside, being a part of nature, and stop getting so bogged down with reality, I think that will really help me out in my headspace as well. And the last one on my list is to allow myself to receive help. Now this is a big one. I've always been very independent. I moved out of home when I was 17 and I've just kept going forward. I've always worked since probably about 13 actually, whilst I was still at school. I went through college, university, have a mortgage, so I got a house. I kind of did everything in the steps that you're supposed to do. Like I kind of followed the norm, as it were, apart from the children and husband part, but we'll forget about that. I went in the route that you're supposed to go with education and property and a career, and travelled the world, ticked all these things off my life bucket list. But then now I find myself kind of back at the beginning again, and I'm still trying to reinvent my life. I need to regain my body and self of sense. I haven't got a fixed career as yet. And even like with this channel, I just went out and did it for myself because that is a really positive you know, headstrong thing to do, and I want to be empowering and do these things for myself, but every now and again you need a little help. Everybody does. And I am very lucky that I do have friends and family around me, but whenever anybody offers help, I'm the kind of person that's like, no thanks, I'll just sort it out. And you can't always do that. And I'm having to tell myself constantly that it's okay to ask for help or accept help if it's offered. Okay, so without boring you too much, I hope it was okay for me to just stop by and say, this is what I'm thinking for the future. I know I look like a big round yellow sunshine in my sweater, but I just, actually, if I can show you the beautiful sleeves on this, and it's so soft, and it is a collab, it was, oh, I forgot who she was with now, Adeline Murren and a chap that I can't remember his name, but it says make sure your friends are okay, and that is very poignant to me. Anybody who knows me knows what's happened in my life and the people around me and difficulties that people get into, and that just rings true for me, and I wanted to support that. So yellow is one of my favourite colours, so I was quite lucky with that. Like, I'm so yellow, I just look like a huge yellow sunshine. But you know what? That's who I am right now. Happy sunshine. So thanks for sticking with me. And if you do have any suggestions, please pop them in the comments below, how I can go forward in any of the little things that I've mentioned, any tips and tricks you have that you'll be able to give me a bit of advice. If there's something that you're looking to change in your life, perhaps I could help you with that, or perhaps we could do things together. Just please pop them in the comments, let me know. Help me help you, help you help me. We'll all be a community together, so yeah, support each other along the way. Thanks for watching.